Well, here we are with some trees from native nurseries. Pretty excited. It's like Christmas for me. Most all of the trees I've planted on our property have been from native nurseries. And we've got 10 chinkapin oaks. This also comes with kind of a planting guide on how to plant them. One reason I went with these chinkapin oaks is they're in the white oak family. They seem to be a little more hardy than a regular white oak and produce acorns. From what I've seen through my years of hunting, that these chinkapin oaks, I mean, the deer are really drawn to these acorns, sometimes even more so than the white oaks. So here they are. Kind of open that up. Find the knife. Does anybody ever lose a knife? Probably just me. One thing I'll definitely say about native nurseries, that we're not sponsored by them or anything like that, but anytime I've ordered from them, the shipping's, really pretty quick, and they always ship them. Whenever you receive them, they're always in good shape. At least that's been my experience. But aren't those beautiful? The way they grow these trees, they have all these little feeder roots, and they just take off. I'm sure you're going to see more videos with other trees we've planted from native nurseries in the past, and I mean, it's crazy the growth that we get with these trees. We also use these tree tubes, which you'll see in a little bit. But and one thing I hear all the time, especially with doing habitat improvements, it's like, why should I plant oaks? Well, you might be surprised how fast these will grow. I've got a few that have produced acorns in as little as 4 years. So, and not just that, I mean, you want to leave the land better than you found it. And it's a big investment in my opinion. So, well, we'll get to planting. It's really best if you go ahead and kind of have this planned out ahead of time. I got real busy, and the trees actually got here sooner than I thought they would. But even though they're it's a pretty small root ball, it's best to go ahead and kind of dig out a bigger hole and make sure there's not a bunch of rocks or anything like that. And that way, whenever those roots start to take off, they'll just, they'll actually have somewhere to go. We always seem to find a nice clay soil here in Oklahoma. Make sure to not bury, you want this somewhat level with the soil. So we're going to go ahead and kind of backfill this hole and just make sure that ground is kind of crushed up where these roots can take off. Even though they're dormant right now, it's winter time, but I just take some of this soil, just kind of get it all stirred up. And that's about level. So now, I'm just going to continue to take all this soil, kind of just work it, pack that in good. You don't want any kind of air gaps. You want to make sure the soil is all around the tree. It's kind of similar to actually bedding a trap for coyotes, stuff like that. It's pretty much the same technique. Okay. Now, on these tubes, I can't remember where I got them from, but it definitely pays to buy more expensive tree tubes. Some of the cheaper ones I've used before, they just fall apart real bad. These hold up real well. It's got holes on one end and it doesn't on the other, and that's going to help with the ventilation. And you want to make sure that this solid piece right here is at the bottom, and that way if you come in and decide to spray for weeds, it's not going to get on the tree and the tree won't be hurt at all. So we'll just put that there, and we'll go get the hammer. Alright, so the tree's in there, and we're going to go ahead and use this PVC stake. Well, and that was rare. We actually didn't hit a rock. So now, like I said, got all the holes, so you want those up. And just slide these zip ties over this. Eventually. Okay. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty fast and easy. That's just one tree. You know, it's kind of one thing I always think about whenever I'm planting trees and doing habitat work is how, you know, you just see this little small tree and you're planting it, and you have the faith that one day it's going to just grow into something big and beautiful and produce acorns or fruit. And I think it's a lot like, you know, just life in general. Whenever times are hard, we can't see the end result, you just got to have faith in Jesus. And in the end, it's all going to work out. So it's really, you know, it's just planting trees to some, but to me it's spiritual. And, you know, not only that, it's, you know, you're helping out the habitat, and it's just neat to see the results. So we're going to get to planting the others.